Hi, so just a quick video to talk through how we can combine all the data for these surveys. So the first thing we're going to want to do is just export the data for one of the surveys to start with, and then the process will be the exact same for the others if the surveys are the exact same. So we're going to go into one, click on export, import, export, and we're going to go for the legacy format because this is the one it's just going to recognize, and we're going to leave it as CSV and just download. So once that downloads, we can then go to our new survey. Now, one thing I want to bring to your attention is at the moment, let me see, sorry, I just want to find the survey. It's post audit, there we are. Is that currently, when you import data, if we have a look at this, it looks like you sent to a contact list, so you have name, email address, and so on. This won't be possible to import because it was sent to a contact list, whereas this survey was actually not. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to add name and email address as embedded data fields in your survey flow so that we can pull this in as embedded data rather than as something else. So to do this, we're going to click into survey flow, and this is going to be just for the survey we're importing the responses into. So this one is just going to be called name, and this one is going to be called email address. And this is case sensitive, so make sure that it is the exact same way as it is entered here. So we have name and email address, case sensitive, make sure that they're both there. And then we are going to go ahead and move this up to the very top so that it appears the first for a couple of parts of the data file. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Then we're going to go into data analysis, export, import, and we're going to import data. Sorry about that, that was my fault. So we import the data. And then we're going to get this example CSV file, which we're going to download. And you can use this for all of the files that you're going to be importing now. But basically what we're going to get is we're going to get this blank file right here, which tells you the field names that we can import. So if we have a look now at your actual data file, you'll see that a lot of these aren't necessary. So we're going to remove response set and response ID. We're going to delete those from the data file. We're going to remove external data reference and IP address and status as well. And also finished. So basically we just need to make sure that all of the columns here are the same. And then we're going to go ahead and move these over so that they are, I'm going to copy those and remove them. And then I'm going to add them in here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert. And I'm going to paste these in here so that we now have them in the same order as we should right here. So once they're all lined up, all we need to do is just copy the two responses that you have and paste them in here. So now everything should be lining up. You should have your start date, your end date, your names, email addresses, and looking across, everything should be in line. You'll notice that these last three columns also aren't necessary, so we're going to remove those. So now everything lines up correctly and looks good. So you're just going to go ahead and save this response import file. Go ahead and save that. Make sure it remains as a CSV file. And now this is what we're going to actually import into the survey. So I'm just going to remove our old data file. I'm going to now browse for the new one, which is our import file. So that will be in downloads and it will be import. And it should load up and it should show us the embedded data field name. Make sure everything loads up and import responses. And the two responses were imported successfully. So now that's one survey that's been combined into this new survey for you. So then you just have to go through and do the exact same thing for the other surveys. Like I say, once you have that import file done out the correct way, you can just use that as your template and just paste all of your responses in there. You can do that all at once rather than having to import each time. Just have that file ready, download all your data files and paste them all in there. And when you have them all together, then just import the responses or import the Excel file in. And that should contain all of your data. So I hope that answers your question. If you do have any questions or issues on this, please just let me know.